Simon Miller from WhatCulture here, and 1 year after our first interview, my man Enzo Amore is back. How you doing, dude?
You know, yesterday was the best day of my life. You wouldn't believe what happened.
Tell me.
You want to know what happened?
I do want to know what happened. Yeah.
I wake up today. Today's better than yesterday.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. I can't even believe it.
Isn't it a blessing to wake up every day too?
Yeah, I mean, if you'd have seen some of the nights I had in my life, dude, I'm blessed. I can't believe I'm here, man. But you know what? Those days are kind of behind me, and these days waking up is usually, it's like, you know, a pretty normal occurrence. You know what I mean? I used to surprise myself sometimes, but I feel good these days, up. Man. I feel good, living good, feeling better, man. But
how is the world of professional wrestling? You're busy. You're very, very busy.
Yeah, I've been making towns, dude. I got back out here a couple years ago, you know, on the scene. And I just had I had a storyline going on MLW, if you're aware.
I am very aware.
And I got written off TV there, my own accord. Nobody told me to do it. But if I have to put somebody over on my way out the door, he better be somebody.
Yeah.
He better be a badass, and he better be able to, you know, kick some people's asses. So that guy was Micro Man. And Micro Man is the smallest pro wrestler in the world, but he's also the biggest star in MLW. So I felt like it was the right thing to do. It was a stretcher job. I left on my back. I went out, you know what I mean? That's probably the last you're going to see me in MLW for the time being. But
where are you going now then? What's next? Tell us about your future.
Oh, baby, wouldn't you love to know?
Yes.
Keep your eyes peeled and hope for the best, right?
Okay, interesting. Is there anything else you would like? I know you can't tell me exactly where you're going, but talking about it in a more broad way.
Do it for you, okay. I just dropped an album in music. All right, that just came out today.
Didn't we talk about this last year? Weren't you planning it a year ago? Am I making that up?
I dropped a rock album and a rap album in back-to-back weeks. That's a lot of hard work.
It's like Brazil.
But you know what I find, right? Man, I'm in this weird gray area, as we talked about. Vince loves the gray area. He loves it when you get booed and you get cheered when you come out. But I kind of feel like, man, I'm a pro wrestler, and I love this business, and I love pro wrestling. And I'm not the one who's talking shit on the internet, and you'll never find a promo or a shoot interview where I'm burying anyone, right? Talk ain't cheap, bro. You got to pay me for that. If I'm going to bury you, all right, it's going to be in the ring, okay? But I don't have time for the negativity. I hope that if you're a wrestler, you're getting money. I hope that you're finding opportunity for yourself, and I hope that you find opportunity outside of pro wrestling. Because one day, man, this shit, man, the lights go out, okay? And the show's over, and you can't always bump. And you can't always fall down for a living. And one day that, you know, some days you don't have a choice in the matter. They just take it away from you. I got knocked out cold in the wrestling ring, right? And I thought it might have been over. Yeah. I thought I might be done forever. What am I going to do next? And that was when I got into the studio. And that's when I started making music so that I could plan for an opportunity when this ends. Yeah. And that was when I trademarked Real One, when I changed my Instagram handle and all that shit, planning for a life outside of pro wrestling. You see Mark Henry, you see Busted Open Radio guys, Bubba, right? Making money outside of the business, but pertaining to it, right? See Chris Jericho on the road, man. That guy got laughed off stages making music early in his career. Yeah, you remember that, okay? I promise you, you might laugh at me right now, and that's fine, and I don't care, okay? I can take it. I have thick skin. If you're Smack Talker Skywalker and you have this God-given gift of gab, gift of jab, and you can do it, you better be able to take it. I got thick skin, so I can take it when you talk shit. I can take it when you get. But remember that not everybody can, and we're people at the end of the day. We're pro wrestlers, but we're people. And I know people that took their own lives in this business because of things that people said about them on the internet. Change your fucking tune. If you're a hater out there and you got problems, and you want to express them on the internet, look at yourself in the mirror. You're a disgrace to yourself. That's I swear to goodness, man, there's people out in this world that have nothing good to say. If I got nothing good to say, I don't say it at all unless somebody's paying me to say it. All right? When it comes to my music, there was a kid named Tyler Blanchett who I went to visit in a children's hospital who was dying of cancer. That kid was wearing a Chris Jericho Fozzy shirt when I met him. That kid was 19 years old. What business does a 53-year-old man at that point have wearing a rock and roll T-shirt on a 19-year-old and he's going to die in that shirt? I realized right there in that moment, Tyler, thank you, okay? I'm never going to stop making music. And one day you wrestling fans are going to realize I'm a wrestler, and you got me where I got. If it wasn't for you, I never won a match in NXT. I got a title put around my waist in the end because of you. You didn't give them a choice. You cheered for me when you weren't supposed to. You kept me on TV and storylines when I wasn't supposed to be there because I was losing every match. I was booked terribly, but because of those fans out there, I got my life, man. I got an opportunity at life that people can only dream of. And the same's going to happen for me in my music. I know it is because I believe in myself. And that's the trick I tell these kids when I meet them. I see an 8-year-old kid come up to me at this booth. I go, what do you want to do when you grow up? And most of these kids, they want to be pro wrestlers when they grow up. So I say to that 8-year-old, hey, bro, when I was your age, I wanted to be a pro wrestler in the WWE. And you know what? I did it. And if I can do it, you can do it. And you know what the trick is, though? You're only 8 years old, man. You know what the trick is? I promise you, if I can do it, you can do it. But you know what the trick is? You're going to come across a couple of haters, kid. You're going to come across people who are your best friends, your own family, your flesh and blood that don't believe in you, that don't want to be a couple of haters, that hate on you, that don't want to see you win. But there's a trick to making it, okay, 8-year-old? And I know it because I did it. No matter what anybody says, you got to believe in yourself. If you believe in yourself despite what anybody says, I promise you your dreams will become a reality. And I know it because I did it. And confidence is contagious. And the first time I said I'm a certified G and a bona fide stud, I wrote it down. And then I said it in the mirror to myself. And then I believed it. And when you believe it, they'll believe it. Confidence is contagious. And these people took me places that I never thought I'd go in my life. And I know they will again when they come back around. People love to see a comeback, and I know my time's coming, and I love pro wrestling. There was a time where I was so hurt by this business when I got fired that you couldn't talk to me about wrestling. I wouldn't get in the ring for 2 years, and it took really hard times with my tag team partner, Big Cass. I saw Big Cass drunk as a skunk, lower than he's ever been in his life, and I hated wrestling at that point. It scarred me. I was hurt, and he said to me, bro, drunk as a skunk, which, by the way, if you've seen that guy, he should be fighting Thor in a Marvel movie. That guy is an inspiration to everyone in the world, man. What a man. So Big Cass is drunk, though, at that time. This is years ago. And he says, bro, when you were a kid, Vince was an announcer. You didn't even know he owned the WWE. Don't let anybody ruin wrestling for you. I was like, man. You're right. I shouldn't let anyone ruin what I love. I don't care if it's at an armory in front of 20 people. I don't care if it's in front of 20,000. I'm going to wrestle for the rest of my life because I love doing it. And that's it.
Dude, you're the man. That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to try and top the best. You're the man. But what I will do is plug your music, plug your albums.
Yes,
that's what we should do.
I got a rock album called Real One and the How You Doing band, How You Doing. Right? And then I have a rap album that came out, Rosemary's Baby Part 2, Lion's Blood. My family's last name is Lyons, Lyons, and that makes me an Irish citizen, okay? People don't know. I got a passport, all right? The first time we flew to Europe, I was in the European passport line, and all the WWE wrestlers were like, Enzo, what are you doing? You're in the wrong line. I whipped out my Irish passport like I'd been in that. I had never even been to Ireland. I walked in there like I lived there my whole life. And I popped the shit out of Finn Balor because I never told him. So, and yeah, I'm an Irish citizen as well. Shout out to all my Irish brethren.
Done. Right, what we're going to do as well is we'll make sure we'll put links in the description down there so people can click it.
Guys, hey, start supporting me, right? I'm a pro wrestler, and I'm literally the realest guy in the room. So if you don't understand that, people hate to see you having a good time. And when you're like this all the time, it might rub a few people the wrong way. You know what I mean?
You're a pleasure, Enzo. Thank you so much, my man.
Not a chore, as William Regal would say.
That's 2 for 2 now.
Yeah.
That's 2 for 2. Check out the description. We'll make sure his music down there. Like the video, share the video, subscribe. See you soon.
Thank you.